Joanna Duggar and Austin Forsyth. Happiness, family, and a new baby. The Forsyth home's interiors were painted a lovely golden tone as the morning sun shone through the windows. Joanna Duggar walked across the home in silence, her hand resting lightly on the shoulder of her youngest kid. Her home was alive with the symphony of innocence that was her children's gentle giggles. Every few seconds, Austin Forsyth's eyes darted to Joanna, who was cooking pancakes in the kitchen with a focus that verged on devotion. He followed her every step with a compassion that said volumes. Years of love, laughter, and shared dreams had forged an unspoken link between them that was characterized by a peaceful understanding. Joanna stopped in the corridor and inhaled deeply. It was a unique day. The secret she had been concealing for weeks was in a little envelope she clutched. Her heart raced with excitement and expectation. She had been waiting for the right time to break the news, the revelation that would forever alter their family's course. Her gaze met Austin's as she entered the kitchen. "Austin," she whispered, "I have something to tell you," her voice shaking with anticipation. With an inquisitive frown, Austin put down the spatula. "Joy, what is it?" She grinned, threatening to cry. "We're expecting another child." For a brief while, time appeared to pause. Austin blinked as he tried to comprehend what she had said. Then a dazzling, uncontrollable, and purely loving smile appeared on his face. He let go of the spatula and drew Joanna into his arms, cradling her as though he would never let her go. His voice was heavy with sorrow as he murmured, "Another little Forsyth, another little piece of us." Joanna put her arms around him and smiled through her tears. With their small hands reaching out to touch the moment and their laughing blending with their parents' delight, their kids crowded around, feeling the excitement. The day passed in a dreamlike fashion. With a voice full of joy, Austin contacted his parents to tell them the news. With texts full of love, jokes, and celebration plans, Joanna's siblings were giddy with anticipation. With their hearts bursting at the thought of bringing another child into the world, the entire Duggar family celebrated. The house of Forsyth was bright with warmth as twilight descended. As the light faded and the gentle murmurs of bedtime stories started to fill the rooms, Austin held Joanna's hand while they watched their kids play. With her palm on her stomach, Joanna felt the soft flutter of life that would soon become a part of their family. Her eyes gleamed with a mix of amazement and affection as she turned to face Austin. With a voice hardly audible above a whisper, she declared, "We've created something lovely together." Austin gave her a devoted and promising kiss on the forehead. With his eyes expressing the love, hope, and limitless potential of their expanding family, he responded, "And it's only going to get more beautiful." Joanna and Austin understood that life's greatest blessings frequently came in the form of surprises during that peaceful, ideal time, which was filled with love, laughter, and the gentle chaos of family life. Their hearts were prepared to embrace this new chapter with open arms. Festivity and everyday joy. Joanna's pregnancy had become well known, and the Forsyth household was a hive of activity. Fans, family members, and friends all sent heartfelt congrats. Heartfelt remarks flooded social media. "Congratulations to the Forsyth family. There will soon be another happy baby. And, you're shining, Joanna. Looking forward to meeting the new baby." The excitement was equally contagious inside the house. The calls from Joanna's siblings were frequent, filled with jokes, laughing, and recollections of their own early years. In order to make the arrival of the new child even more memorable, Austin's parents were ecstatic and offered assistance preparing the nursery, suggested names for the baby, and organized minor parties. There were little, lovely moments in the Forsyth home every day. The older kids enthusiastically assisted with the nursery's setup, picking out cozy blankets, applying delicate pastel paint to the walls, and arranging toys with care. The house was filled with their chatter and laughter, which created a cozy and exciting mood. One afternoon, Austin discovered Joanna painting the nursery walls, her hands steady in spite of the excitement brewing within her. He said, "You're glowing," as he brushed a lock of hair away from her face. Her eyes gleamed as she grinned. She pointed to their kids, who were laughing in the corner, and muttered, "It's because of you, and them." In the evenings, the family would frequently congregate in the living room to exchange tales and future aspirations. Austin and Joanna would hold hands, their bond stronger than ever, while their kids cuddled up to them, excited to tell them about their day. Every small act of affection, such as a hug, a smile, or a soft "I love you," served to remind them of the connection that bound them together. Joanna frequently took time to think back on her travels as the days went by. She was in awe of their family's growth, the love that surrounded them, and the thrill that came with starting a new life. Every day was an experience since each child brought their unique delight, difficulties, and light into the house. Austin was by her side the entire time, supporting, encouraging, and loving her at every turn. As he watched the kids laugh and tumble around them, he would smile and declare, "We've got this." They did, in fact. The Forsyth family was expanding not only in size but also in love, contentment, and unity. "You're already so loved, and we can't wait to meet you," Joanna said quietly to the unborn child as she laid her hand on her abdomen every night. Everyday life and special occasions. As soon as the sun dawned, the Forsyth household came to life. Everywhere there was laughter, small footsteps, and the occasional shriek of excitement. Joanna led the kids through their morning ritual while navigating the confusion with grace and a hand on her expanding belly. Managing pancakes, laundry, and the incessant demands of 3 active children, Austin was a flurry of activity. Nevertheless, he never failed to express his love for Joanna in the midst of the mayhem. Small gestures like a reassuring hug, a soft kiss on the forehead, or a murmured "I love you" could make a big difference in the hectic world of family life. Despite their mischievous nature, their children were affectionate. While the middle child shared giggles over ridiculous breakfast antics, the oldest assisted the younger ones with getting dressed. Even the tiniest child walked around, occasionally tripping over Austin's legs, which resulted in a giggly smile and a hug. While the kids were napping, Joanna and Austin sat on the porch for a rare period of alone time one calm day. Austin took her hand and ran his thumb over her knuckles in soft circles. "Isn't it amazing how quickly they're growing?" he said quietly. Joanna rested his shoulder with her head. With sparkling eyes, she remarked, "It seems like we were figuring out life with our first only yesterday. Now we have 3 young children, and another is on the way." Austin held her close as he kissed the top of her head. "We're creating something lovely," he muttered. "And things will only improve." Even in the middle of everyday tasks, little festivities arose on their own. A child's first attempt to assist with supper, a nicely drawn picture on the refrigerator, or a joke about juice spills, all of these things became ingrained memories in their home. Joanna frequently amazed at how love flourished in these small moments and how the kids' joy brightened even the most trying days. Frequently checking in, the Duggar family offered guidance, support, and light-hearted banter. Relatives and fans' messages served as a reminder to Joanna and Austin of the wider support system that surrounds them. Each "We're so happy for you," or "Can't wait to meet the new baby" statements strengthened the feeling of anticipation and delight that everyone shared. The Forsyths gathered for prayers and bedtime stories as darkness fell. The home hummed with contentment as Austin clutched Joanna close and the kids cuddled up next to them. "You are already a part of this love, this family, this home," Joanna whispered to the unborn child as she tenderly rubbed her abdomen. "We are really excited to see you." Joanna and Austin learned the value of family life in every chaotic, boisterous, happy day. The chaos, the love, the laughing, and the small, idyllic moments that made their tale truly remarkable. The suspense in the Forsyth family was palpable. Joanna's growing tummy was an outward sign of the life and love that were flourishing inside of her. As the kids enthusiastically inquired as to when they may meet their new sibling, Austin paced the nursery, checking and rechecking it. The big family reveal was about to happen. Joanna wanted to make the announcement as intimate and sincere as possible for the Duggar family and their closest friends. She had used soft blankets, pastel balloons, and a little cake with the words, "Our family is growing," to decorate the living room. Exclamations of joy, hugs, and laughing filled the room as the Duggar family arrived. "An additional young Forsyth?" one sibling said, "That's fantastic," with tears in their eyes. The kids were so excited for their soon-to-be sibling that they bounced around giving balloons and giving Joanna little kisses on her belly. As the last surprise was revealed, a little ultrasound image showcasing the newest member of the Forsyth family, Austin gripped Joanna's hand warmly. The room was filled with applause and gasps. "It's true. Another little one is coming to join our family," Joanna said, laughing through her tears. As images and videos of the announcement went viral, people continued to celebrate with passionate posts on social media. Congratulations and loving messages were flooding in, so pleased for Joanna and Austin. Their family is stunning. An additional boon to the Forsyths, looking forward to their continued growth. Austin and Joanna had a peaceful time together in the middle of the chaos. For the first time, they felt the baby kick in public as they sat on the couch and held each other tightly. "Is this unbelievable?" Austin pressed his forehead to hers and said, "Every day feels more magical as our family continues to grow." Joanna grinned with a full heart. "Austin, it's more than just magic. It's all of us together, love and laughter." The house gradually became silent that night as the kids fell asleep. With Austin at her side, Joanna put her palm on her belly and they sat in silence for a while, taking in the wonder of life and family. They were aware that difficulties would arise, but they also understood that their shared love, the ties of family, and the satisfaction of personal development would see them through everything. As a result, the Forsyth family got ready for a brand new chapter that would be full of joy, excitement, and the birth of their newest little blessing. With love at its core, the tale of Joanna and Austin's family grew richer and more complex. A family comes together when the miracle occurs. Never had the house in Forsyth felt so alive. Once a peaceful area used for preparation, the nursery now shone with every element thoughtfully selected for the newest family member. There was a sense of astonishment and expectation because of the soft blankets, the perfectly folded small garments, and the cot that was set to receive the baby. Joanna lay on the couch with her hand softly holding her belly and listening to the baby's steady kicks. Austin sat next to her, his arm around her shoulders, a look of amazement, pleasure, and pride on his face. They looked at each other, silently appreciating the path that had led them here. 3 lovely kids, an expanding family, and a love that had only gotten stronger with time. At last the day came. There was a sense of expectation in the quiet house. Austin firmly grasped Joanna's hand while the kids looked on in wonder, feeling that the day was special. With a mixture of silent prayers and anxious excitement, the hours went by until at last the moment they had all been anticipating, the birth of their newest child. When Joanna held her baby for the first time, tears were running down her cheeks and she was beaming from head to toe. Austin's eyes were shining with passion as he stood at her side, speaking encouraging and kind words. With big eyes and giggles, their kids swarmed around, excited to see the little wonder that had been developing inside their mother. The first people to join them in celebrating were the Duggar family and close friends, whose congratulations, embraces, and happy tears blended into an unadulterated display of delight. Fans' messages flooded in, each one demonstrating the adoration and respect the Forsyths had evoked. With hashtags trending and innumerable happy messages going viral, social media was a flurry of activity. Joanna said, "You are our greatest blessing," in a loving whisper to her infant. "We are so fortunate to have you in our life, and you are already adored beyond measure." After giving her a head kiss, Austin said, "Welcome to the family, little one. Our hearts are overflowing as we wait for you." The house found a new rhythm as the days went by. The older kids learned little lessons about empathy, love, and responsibility while helping to look after their sibling. From their newborn's little yawns to the soft coos in the still night, Austin and Joanna relished every second. Every day served as a reminder of their unshakable link, the wonder of family, and the beauty of existence. Joanna and Austin sat hand in hand one evening as the sun set, bathing their house in a golden glow as their kids laughed all about them. Knowing that the adventure had only just begun, they grinned at one another and were content with the love and harmony that pervaded their life. With her head resting on Austin's shoulder, Joanna spoke the words, "This is everything." "Yes," Austin said, his eyes displaying their family's affection. "Because we have each other, every moment, every difficulty, and every happiness are worthwhile. We now have one more small blessing to be grateful for and treasure." With hearts brimming with appreciation, love, and hope, the Forsyth family welcomed their newest chapter. A tribute to the strength of love and the beauty of unity, their story, one of happiness, family, and life's wonders, went on, brighter and richer than ever. The Forsyth family knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, their hearts bonded forever by love, faith, and family, in that peaceful golden evening filled with warmth and laughter.